I saw you with some serious men of God.
Yeah, that's true.
You went for fortification.
Yes. Very important.
I saw Yehovah. You know who Yehovah is?
Yes,
Apostle General.
Apostle General.
Okay. I saw him. I saw
Reverend Makwe.
Reverend Makwe. I was going to say your daddy,
Yes.
Sidia.
Yes, Reverend Lawrence.
I saw Dr. Lawrence Tete.
Yeah.
I saw
Reverend Isaac Kwe.
Yes, I saw Reverend Isaac Kwe, Dr. Isaac Kwe.
There was Reverend Edu Jemfi as
Yes.
Yeah, let me use this opportunity to
What made you run to them?
Extend my.
You are scared?
No. I mean, any day I would love to
be prayed for,
be in their presence. But on this occasion, let me place on record that they extended an invitation to me on the National Cathedral matters.
When you say they belong to a group.
Yes, they call the group the Apostolic Fathers.
Okay.
So these are the founders of the Apostolic movement in Ghana.
Okay.
According to the chair of the meeting, Reverend Samuel Mensah chaired the meeting. He informed me that the Archbishop Duncan Williams is a member. Bishop Ajenasari is a member. Reverend Isud Anaba is a member. But on that day, because it was a holiday, 6 March, there was a lot of activity.
True.
Some had traveled. So they were asked to listen to me. The Apostolic Fathers had decided that they would want to hear from me directly on all of these revelations about the National Cathedral, because they want to have full understanding, full appreciation of the facts. According to them, they will also engage the National Cathedral Secretariat to hear their side. I think that meeting is today or tomorrow, according to what they told me. And so they wanted full facts, comprehensive briefing on all the matters so they can, form their judgment. I must commend them because it shows a certain superior leadership skill. It shows that they are fair, they are balanced, and that these are true men of God who really want the truth. They want to get to the bottom of issues. There are some people who would normally be on the fence or be far removed and just pass judgment and probably form their own perceptions. If you recall, when this whole matter started, some people decided to call me names, Sambalat, Tobias, Antichrist, and all kinds of things. I must commend them that they did not take that path. Of course, these are elders, these are, very experienced, senior,
so that's the
senior men of God. Yeah, so we had, will you believe it, about 3.5 hours.
Whoa.
Yes, very, very comprehensive. And they asked me to make copies of all the documents I have on these matters, what I have been serializing. So they have everything, including a few things yet to come out. I have provided them copies of all the documentation. And after the presentation, they asked that I should be prayed for, and that they are impressed with my parliamentary oversight duties, and that I will need some strong fortification moving forward. So that's the picture. I think that went viral. Mm-hmm. I saw a certain attempt to twist this particular prayer photo. I saw some people circulating that the pastors had caught me and decided to exorcise some demons out of me because I was fighting the National Cathedral. But that was a distortion. That's not what happened. They thought that they should offer some special prayers, for which I am eternally grateful. Let me place on record that I feel really, really blessed. And
I'm sure after this prayer, you feel a lot more confident.
Definitely.
There's renewed bravado.
Absolutely. And there's no stopping me. There's no stopping me. Renewed verve.
Anointing sweet.
Renewed anointing, renewed vigor to continue to work for God and country. It's really in the national interest. And To the glory of God, so far everything we have put out has checked out. Nothing has been malicious, nothing has been a concoction, nothing has been a fabrication. Everything, we do our work very well. Validation, deeper research, making sure that we authenticate everything before we put it out, because these are serious matters. Sometimes it borders on people's, reputations and all of that. And if you look at the sums of monies involved, this is probably the biggest project currently. If you do the analysis, it will cost us over $1 billion. That's if you add the compensation for all the demolished properties. There are 7 major demolished properties that this republic will have to replace: the Scholarship Secretariat, the Passport Office, Judges' Bungalows, Judicial Training Institute, the Malian Ambassador's Residence. All of these have been demolished. Don't forget the private property owners, the Comsys IT firm, their headquarters, then Waterstone Realty, the apartment complex, which was demolished. We need to pay for all of this. Some of them are in court demanding judgment debt. So when you do the analysis, and what many people also have not averted their minds to, is that the agreement that was signed, the contract signed with the contractors, Rebade, there is a clause in there that when you put them on hold, you suspend work, you pay some fines for that. So we've entered March. Next week will be exactly 1 year. 14th March next week will be 1 year since contractors suspended work, and we are going to pay for all of these months of no work done per the contract signed. So this is a huge financial overlay. Massive burden on the taxpayer. Unfortunately, it's been shrouded in a lot of scandals, lack of transparency, the whole conceptualization. Is it a personal pledge? Is it a national project? That matter was not really resolved. Monies were withdrawn from the consolidated fund on our blind side, and I refer to Parliament. There was no parliamentary approval. Article 178 of the Constitution was not respected. And then we've had all the procurement issues, procurement breaches. Remember, I raised a right to information request to the Public Procurement Authority, and they responded on the 5th of July 2022 that they are not aware of this project. It has not gone through the procurement processes. In other words, the procurement law had not been respected. So there's been so many issues. I mean, inflationary pricing, a variation for a restaurant which can cost $5.8 million. I mean, it's been unbelievable. And then they've been hit with resignations. You do recall that Pastor Mensah Otabil left long ago. Reverend Dak Hayward-Mills has also left. He authored an explosive resignation letter. He had been asking questions earlier, and I had put on record that he had sent in 3 letters which had not been responded to by the presidency and the National Cathedral Secretariat. Eventually, he had to resign. In his resignation letter, he complained about how the architect was selected without recourse to their consent, and I refer to the Board of Trustees, how the location was chosen. The Secretariat has said that was the president's decision to make. The president chose the architect, the president chose the location, which has come with considerable cost. It's been quite a reckless decision to have to demolish all of these edifices. And then the lack of transparency. What was also quite revealing in Bishop Dak's resignation letter was the fact that he felt there was another entity somewhere, another board of trustees really taking the decisions, and they were just, a front, and that the actual decisions were not being taken. You also do know that the Archbishop, the respected Archbishop Duncan Williams, and the Venerable Reverend Sud Anaba have sent a joint memo asking that the project should be put on hold, looking at the scandals, looking at the economic conditions, and that they will even recommend that the project be scaled down. Because remember, it's been a moving target. Started at $100 million, then ended up at $450 million. That's just for fiscal construction. We are not yet adding the ballooning costs of the architect's work, and then all of these compensation demands and exclusion clauses in the contract. That's why we say it's over $1 billion. So these two eminent members of the board have asked for an audit into all of the activities, and I think that they have also exhibited tremendous leadership in making that demand. Finally, I will say that the Right Honourable Speaker has done a great job by admitting our motion for a full-scale parliamentary probe. My indication is that it's going to be a public inquiry. It will be live on television and on all media networks.
What will be the form of the probe?
And where all of the matters, if you look at the tenure of the motion, the rendition, it says that to look into all matters and related issues regarding the National Cathedral project.
So the panel will be only MPs?
Well, it's good you ask. The Right Honourable Speaker has quite a novel idea. He wants the committee to be opened up so that we can have membership from the clergy. They can send a rep. So it's not seen as any witch hunting going after the clergy, because really it's not their project. I mean, and as I said, I put out a statement 22nd June 2022, and I told the eminent clergy who invited me that I said from day one that nobody should attack the pastors. From what I've seen, all the documentation I've seen, they were also victims in the deception. You know, remember that some of them even bent their fingers. People like Archbishop Duncan Williams had gone public that from the briefing he has had from the president, they won't use public funds, they won't use taxes. So Ghanaians should just keep quiet, stop the criticism. But they didn't know that, you know, on their blind side, all of these withdrawals were taking place. So I like that proposal by the Right Honourable Speaker.